It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% on your choice of any 10 or more select Samsung major appliances. Because Lowe's knows pros. Value through 5/15. Selection varies by location. Most Lowe's discount taken in time to purchase. See sales associate for details.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time,
Do whatever it takes.
no matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
With Kevin Elkins in the morning, Dan Bongino for the midday, and Sean Hannity for your afternoon. It's News Radio 1440 all day. Depend on it.
It's 5 till. America in the Morning continues. A new movie opens in theaters this weekend about a secret mission to change the tide of World War II. Kevin Carr has a sneak peek at the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
It's another weekend and another war movie is opening in theaters, but this one takes a more whimsical approach.
I have a mission I want you to lead. Thank you, Sergeant.
Guy Ritchie directs The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, a somewhat true but greatly embellished story about a secret British plot during World War II.
We're losing the war.
Hitler is not playing by the rules, then neither are we.
Winston Churchill directs a ragtag group of mercenaries to cripple Germany's U-boat capabilities, and along the way, a lot of Nazis get killed. I mean, a lot.
It's like a hard gas.
Not since Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds has there been such a joyful display of Nazi grudge killing, and I'm all in for that. It's what rockets this movie from a war film into an almost comic book level of insanity. And its tongue-in-cheek attitude with a formidable cast makes it a lot of fun.
I've learned to do this only my own team. You won't like them. They're all bad. They'll need to be.
As expected from Ritchie, there's plenty of action and
The missing starship has been found. Entertainment correspondent Margie Zaraletta reports on the return of the original model of the USS Enterprise from the TV show Star Trek.
The 3-foot model of the Enterprise was used in the opening credits of Star Trek and in the pilot episode. It was loaned to the makers of the 1979 film Star Trek The Motion Picture and was not seen since, until it popped up briefly on eBay this past fall. The sellers say they found it in a storage unit and they contacted Heritage Auctions for authentication.
You are looking at the only Starfleet cadet who ever beat the no-win scenario. I don't want to lose.
Then you never faced that situation.
I don't believe in a no-win scenario.
Roddenberry Entertainment CEO Eugene Rod Roddenberry, the son of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry, says the sellers have been rewarded for their honesty and he hopes to display the model publicly. He also feels vindicated because he says there was a rumor floating that he had thrown it in a swimming pool as a boy. I'm Archie Zaraletta.
America in the Morning for Friday, April 19th, 2024 is produced by Jeff McKay. Production assistants Christian Mathos. Our senior producer Kevin Delaney. I'm John Trout. This is Westwood One.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
Follow you to the moon, shiny Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time,
Do whatever it takes.
no matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital.
but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
Trustworthy, up-to-date, dependable. We are your news station. News Radio. WLWI-AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin with an attack from Israel on Iran overnight in retaliation for an Iranian missile strike last weekend. Correspondent Deborah Pata reports from East Jerusalem.
The early morning hit was in the city of Isfahan. This is where Iran had several nuclear sites, but according to the UN's top atomic energy body, there was no damage to the nuclear facilities. Iran has been playing down the attack. If Israel uses force, Iranian Foreign Minister Hussein Amir Abdullahian warned yesterday, we will make them regret their actions.
Speaking to world leaders in Capri, Italy last hour, Secretary of State Antony Blinken refused to respond to claims Israel gave the U.S. advance notice of today's actions.
I'm not going to speak to that except to say that the United States has not been involved in any offensive operations. What we're focused on, what the G7 is focused on, is our work to de-escalate tensions.
In Washington, House Speaker Mike Johnson continues to face threats of an ouster from his leadership position over plans to hold a vote this weekend on aid bills to Israel and Ukraine. Fellow Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene not backing down from threats and referencing Johnson's predecessor, who was shown the door.
I'll tell you something. Kevin McCarthy, while he was staring down the barrel of a loaded gun, he never made a move like this.
12 jurors have now been seated in former President Trump's hush money trial. The goal is to choose 5 alternates today. Trial consultant Richard Gabriel says he won't be surprised to see more dismissals.
They have to be able to do their jobs without undue pressure from the outside.
2 jurors were dismissed yesterday, one saying she didn't think she could be impartial anymore. The other had been arrested for ripping down conservative political posters in the 1990s. Students, faculty, and pro-Palestinian groups protested at USC after the college barred valedictorian Asna Tabassum from addressing graduates.
One of the most gifted girls I've ever met. This university is trying to silence her.
I just think it's very unfair, and it's an injustice to all its students, especially minority students.
Tabassum has denied claims she is anti-Semitic. Tomorrow marks 25 years since 12 students and a teacher were shot and killed at Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado. Tom Mauser's 15-year-old son, Daniel, was among the victims.
I think especially my thoughts will be with the other people who were so deeply impacted by this tragedy.
S&P futures down 8. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, who is treating it? Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
The first USS Enterprise has boldly gone back home.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
The model used in the opening credits of the original Star Trek TV series has been returned to the son of creator Gene Roddenberry. The 3-foot model went missing back in the 70s, but popped up on eBay last fall. The sellers eventually took that listing down and sent it to Heritage Auctions for authentication. They got in touch with Roddenberry, who says he now plans to restore it and eventually put it on display at a public museum. A larger model is on display right now at the Smithsonian. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
iPhone users in China won't find WhatsApp, Signal, or Telegram at the App Store anymore. This morning, the country ordered Apple to remove the chat messaging app, citing national security concerns. New York Times quotes a person briefed on the situation who reportedly said Chinese government found content about Xi Jinping that was inflammatory. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. If you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare. And that's MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month switching to MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. And that's because MediShare works. It's been around for more than 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you could save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or you're part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
This is Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli.
And Jeff Baranka with Chappie's Deli. Mike, let's talk about our deli slaw.
My favorite. It's vinegar-based, light, healthy, crunchy.
It's the perfect side with any meal.
And perfect topping on any sandwich.
Pure deli. Try this combo. Corned beef on rye with Swiss cheese and slaw. So good.
And put it on the Chappie's Deli grill. The flavors go zoom.
Gramps, what does that mean, flavor zoom? Sounds pretty old school. I like my slaw grilled al dente. Al dente.
What? Say what now, Jeff?
You know, grilled but still crunchy. Al dente.
What? Now wait a minute, Jeff. You mean al dente?
Yes, that's it. Al dente.
And he was joking on what I said? Folks, zoom on in to any Chappie's Deli. Get your healthy vinegar-based deli slaw. Al dente if you want. Perry Hill, Peppertree, Prattville, Baptist South Towers, and Auburn.
The news you need, the news you can trust, the news you depend on. News Radio 1440. More at newsradio1440.com. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Highs today are easily in the mid and even upper 80s. As we get more sunshine than any other day this week as we head into the afternoon, but still some fair weather clouds and about a 1 in 5 shot of a passing shower or thunderstorm. Coverage of rain is widely scattered Saturday, gets its highest peak on Sunday before we cool things off and dry out. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery's Skywatch Traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. 85 northbound's the big headache. Mile marker 16, just on the other side of Waugh. Had a major 18-wheeler accident last night about just before 11 o'clock. And they are still clearing that up and getting things together, and it is causing some backup northbound on 85, about a half a mile or so. So be prepared for that as you reach the Pike Road area. Trenholm State offers a wide range of scholarships to fund your education for students like you. Unlock your potential at Trenholm State. Apply at trenholmstate.edu. Buckle up for Montgomery Skywatch Traffic. This is Major Delay.
Good morning. I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Friday. Montgomery's police chief called to quits. Gerald Albert was placed on administrative leave a little more than a week ago. Thursday, he resigned. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed didn't say why he stepped down. He only reiterated that improving public safety is a priority for the city. Right now, MPD Deputy Chief John Hall will be the acting chief. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office sponsors
You know that Big Burger detergent jug is
fallen deputies for Lions Jump by making him their honorary team captain. The team hung a banner before the game Thursday night that says hashtag Young Forever Young 21, which symbolized the work he did for 21 years. Tuskegee native Lionel Richie returned to his hometown to cut the ribbon on a brand new Hello Park Thursday. Hello is one of his famous songs. Richie partnered with the Lowe's Corporation's hometown program to build this park right beside Tuskegee University. That's your news on this Friday. I'm Jed Davis in the newsroom.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplay.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Minimum purchase required. Interest accrues from data purchase when it's waived and paid within promotional period. Go to windowappointmentnow.com for full offer details.
Attention homeowners, do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? Fog between the glass? Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's time to replace. And right now you can get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen. Plus, with our spring savings event, you can buy one window or door and get one 40% off when you buy 4 or more units. Just text CONSULT to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or patio doors for no dollars down, no monthly payments, and no interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Text CONSULT to 200-300 to buy one window or door and get one 40% off. And right now, save an extra $30 off every unit. Hurry, this incredible offer is only in April. Text CONSULT to 200-300. Text the word CONSULT to 200-300. CONSULT to 200-300.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time.
My son had a full-blown asthma attack. It came out of nowhere.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is
I had a fever and these terrible headaches.
you don't always know what's causing them.
It was Lyme disease from a tick bite.
I had Zika virus from a mosquito. He had a reaction to cockroach allergens.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. Get the facts. Visit pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
I got smart about mortgages. Now it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org. Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money. Smartaboutmoney.org. It's the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
News Radio 1440 is everywhere you are. On the radio, online at newsradio1440.com, and on our app. You can also listen on your smart home speaker. News Radio 1440. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is a Friday morning, and we like to say TGIF. Good morning to you. But we can't get this day started without a little bit of word from on high. Something to change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. I'm Kevin Elkins. It's time for our Daily Bread. It is April the 19th, 2024. Today's Daily Bread is simply entitled The Valley of Praise. Our scripture insight today comes from 2 Chronicles 20, 21 through 26. But 2 Chronicles 20, 26 reads, on the fourth day, they assembled in the valley of Barakah. Govern yourselves accordingly. So don't go any place. We'll be back, but we got to get the word from on high first, and then we'll come back and talk to you folks. But there's nothing more important than this at the moment. We'll be back.
Welcome to today's encouragement from our daily bread. I wrote today's reading titled The Valley of Praise. I'm James Banks. Poet William Cooper struggled with depression much of his life. After a suicide attempt, he was committed to an asylum. But it was there through the care of a Christian physician that Cooper came to a warm, vital faith in Jesus. Soon afterwards, Cooper became acquainted with pastor and hymn writer John Newton, who encouraged him to collaborate on a hymnal for their church. Among the hymns Cooper wrote was God Moves in a Mysterious Way, which contains these words pressed from the crucible of experience. You fearful saints, fresh courage take. The clouds you so much dread are big with mercy and shall break in blessings on your head. Like Cooper, the people of Judah also met God's kindness unexpectedly. As an alliance of armies invaded their nation in 2 Chronicles 20, King Jehoshaphat gathered the people for prayer. As Judah's army marched out, men in the front ranks praised God. The invading armies turned on themselves and no one escaped. There was so much plunder that it took 3 days to collect it. On the 4th day, the very place where a hostile invading force gathered against God's people was dubbed the Valley of Berakah, literally the Valley of Praise or Blessing. What a change. God's mercy can turn even our most difficult valleys into places of praise as we give them to Him. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verses 21 through 26. After consulting the people, Jehoshaphat appointed men to sing to the Lord and to praise Him for the splendor of His holiness as they went out at the head of the army, saying, Give thanks to the Lord, for His love endures forever. As they began to sing and praise, the Lord set ambushes against the men of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, who were invading Judah, and they were defeated. The Ammonites and Moabites rose up against the men from Mount Seir to destroy and annihilate them. After they finished slaughtering the men from Seir, they helped to destroy one another. When the men of Judah came to the place that overlooks the desert and looked toward the vast army, they saw only dead bodies lying on the ground. No one had escaped. So Jehoshaphat and his men went to carry off their plunder, and they found among them a great amount of equipment and clothing and also articles of value, more than they could take away. There was so much plunder that it took 3 days to collect it. On the 4th day, they assembled in the Valley of Berakah, where they praised the Lord. This is why it is called the Valley of Berakah to this day. Let's pray. We praise you, loving God, that no valley is deeper than your perfect love. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you for listening today. My name is James Banks, and today's encouragement was provided by our Daily Bread Ministries.
You've had the word. Now it's time to get up with the birds. Let's rise and shine. And remember, it's another day, one more, on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. I'd say that's a lot to be thankful for this morning, wouldn't you? And now let's pay homage to our armed forces of these United States of America. That's the one thing that's not going to change. Okay, I got rid of my other thing there. We good. Anyway, so we got another school day off today. Hey, I think they're spending more days out of school than they're in school these days. But that's going to leave that alone since I have been aptly told by many educators, you're not an educator. No, but I am somewhat educated. I mean, I'm just saying, common sense, reason, logic, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, good morning to you. And also, let's say good morning to our local heroes around here. Montgomery Police Department, who's had a change yesterday. Also, Montgomery Fire Department, Montgomery, I lose anybody? Sheriff Department, good morning. Hey, good job, Sheriff, and uh, complaining about them, everybody gets a gun. Woo! Anyway, that's a whole different story. But anyway, so let me get my notes together here while we pay homage to our Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force, and the United States Marine Corps. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Woo! I still say that woman is a man. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. I'm telling you, that's a man. That's not a woman. I'm telling you. No. I know women when I see one. And if she ain't a man, she ought to have a talk to her parents. Hello. Yeah. What's up? But his brother's being bound up. Sure. Why not? All right. You like get in. Third floor. Mhm. Okay. All right. Got an announcement. Got an announcement. Got an announcement. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, okay. So I just got a call. You know, the mayor's coming up here for a little bit here. Okay, maybe he's gonna be slap me. I don't know. I don't know why he's coming, but it's okay. I know he got those guys hanging out with him. So okay. So we gonna be civil because okay, but he may come up here and smack me around a little bit. But that's okay. I love the mayor though. I do. I really like him. A good guy. I don't agree with everything he says and does, but he don't agree with everything he says and I do. I mean, but we're two mayors. The mayor of the airways and the mayor of the land. That's him. He's the mayor of the land, and I'm the mayor of the airways, and we gonna have a powwow this morning for a couple of minutes. Actually, I think it's gonna be more of his powwow. I'm not gonna say what he's got to say. But anyway, you see, you cannot take the power of Elkins away from the city because I'm the man. Okay, the mayor of the airways has a loyal following. Okay, that's what I'm just telling you. So you gotta pay homage to a brother every once in a while. I'm just saying. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds everybody well. It's a Friday morning outside. It is absolutely a gorgeous day today. I don't know why we don't have any school anymore, but maybe maybe everybody. I don't blame them if they're tired. I understand it. It's tired kissing that much butt for a whole year, okay, and not having discipline in school. It's tough unless you're in a magnet school. And isn't that ironic that the people who excel the most, at least from an institutional standpoint, because magnet school is supposed to represent the best and the brightest of who we are. I don't know if that's true anymore. I mean, who can't get into I can get into magnet school right now with a 2.5 GPA. I can do that. I mean, come on. But anyway, but isn't it ironic? The more we expect out of them, the more the application of discipline is important. I mean, isn't that funny? They threaten you if you're in magnet school. Well, if you don't do right, you want to act like a clown over here, the blah 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 blah. We're gonna send you back to Clownville, and that's the traditional school. Now, I want you to think about that for a second, though. Think about that. That's isn't that ironic that if we expect more out of you, then we expect you to act more disciplined and to have more discipline. But if we don't really expect a whole hell of a lot out of you, we never mind. I know it doesn't make sense to me either sometimes. But hey, I guess the educrats and the people who push the pen. I mean, in fact, I have the only person I see doing a whole lot over there is Mr. Watts. I mean, hell, he got the books in order. That's what I'm talking about. At least that's what they tell us anyway. So I'm unless I see something to the contrary, then I'm good with that. 860-1414, number is 7:25 in the morning. The mayor's coming up probably around 8 o'clock, something like that. And I just found out about a few minutes ago. But when the mayor says I want to come up, you know what I do? I say, come on, Mr. Mayor, come on. I mean, us we mayors don't get together too often. So when it's time to do it, then we get to go. Let me see here now. Hey, good morning. Who's this? Good morning. hmm Well, I'll ask them that, but I probably can tell you the answer. I mean, when you surrender the ability to choose, what you're saying is that I'm incompetent at doing it. Oh, mm. Okay. I think his press guy's listening, I believe. So yeah, we'll. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Okay, but to be fair now, generals have armies, divisions of armies, and they get a driver and a. I'm just saying, they got guns and tanks and horses and all kind of things at their disposal. But we give them a driver and a in civilian land. I'm not talking about in military land. In civilian land, we give generals and field grade officers. We give them a driver. I mean, there ought to be some rank, some privilege to come with the rank. Now, come on. I mean, why would a general need an aide and a driver? I mean, he got the whole army protecting him. Well, I ain't really protecting him, but somewhat. Good morning. I'm doing pretty good. hmm Now I got to tell you, got mine yesterday too. I saw the one for the house yesterday, and it went up too. I said, "Wow, what?" Right, right, you're right. Yeah, yeah, you do, and you can actually lose your house because if you are on, right, because if you're on a limited income and they keep taking the price of your house up, well, that goes into, even though it's not the mortgage is not going up, but this is going to be included in the mortgage. Yes, I think you can. And I asked Tommy Miller one time, what's the formula for figuring out the value of my house? They don't have a formula. Right, right. They don't have a formula. They go around. They say, "Well, in the neighborhood now, the neighborhood where my house is, where the house is, it doesn't. I mean, it's a nice little neighborhood, but it ain't extravagant. And so I'm just trying to figure out how it go up. But it keep going up. But if you go borrow money on that bad boy, I guarantee you, you can't borrow the money that they tell you that you can. So I don't know, but that's a good question. That's the county. That's one thing we can't blame the mayor on that one. That comes from the county. But I did ask Tommy Miller once. Well, how does it go up? I mean, and everybody who's got one of these things the last couple of days, I would imagine, the value of your house. Now, listen, we're glad the value of the house has gone up, but that means, I mean, you can set if you own Social Security and you only get a certain amount of money every month, you will be sitting outside soon. Okay, unless I think I don't know what the I know if you're a 100% disabled veteran that you don't pay. I think you don't pay property taxes. I'm not sure. Or who's exempt from property taxes? Is there anybody? Well, I asked somebody because does anybody know who's exempt from it? Because I mean, if you're young, you got time to catch up a little bit, but you know everything's going up but our paychecks. So I'm just I mean, our house last time I checked, it was worth it wasn't worth what it's worth. It's not worth then what it's worth now. Z is doing a hell of a job cutting the grass. If that's the case, that's the only thing that's a whole lot looks a lot better is the grass being cut by Z. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah, Don. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, that's a good. That is good advice. And homestead exemption. If in other words, if you only got one house, wouldn't that be your homestead exemption automatically? Okay, okay. Okay, thank you. Now that's what I'm talking. Information. That's what it's all. That's what it's all about. Homestead exemption. If you don't got it, get it. If you can't get it, well, get it and check your insurance. What does your insurance people evaluate your house at? Okay, so why? So the government can't unless the government's going to pay that little extra for you. Good morning. Who's this? Yes, I'm doing fine. Hmm. All right, Mr. Ed. I appreciate it. We got. I got the message. We'll do it. Yeah. Well, I'll now about that. Okay. Yeah.
We control technology can do. So great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to now. Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can be sitting right into a home. Figure out a type employers who post on ZipRecruiter that quality people and ZipRecruiter.com. ZipRecruiter.com.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic thermodynamic that looks just the same, but is 95% true, and you can get it online at thethings.com/review. You can get a free medical consultation, free shipping, and the process is Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of banana that works just the same, but it's 95% cheaper, and you can get it online at use.radio. You can get a free medical consultation. The TV makes it's free shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatments, including trusted generic alternatives to new brands. 95% off. You do it quickly, and again, use.radio. Get connected to a licensed medical provider. Zero fee pay, no expensive appointments, no upfront consultation. In fact, it's free online. You can get this exclusive address, kings.com/radio. That's kings.com/radio. Online distribution.com/radio.
Okay, it's 7:43 in the morning. 860-1440 is the number here. School's out today, so traffic should be kind of light. So I don't know why they're out again. It would just come off spring break. Anyway, good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, that's my birthday certificate. Right? I knew getting old was good for something besides living. Oh, now I can afford one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. So I know you got it. So somebody knows that you have it. Well, well, it should have lasted at least as long as your driver's license does, which is 4 years. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to the sheriff about that. Let's see what we can get. Okay, well, all right then. So getting old. Oh, sorry about that, Dr. Joe, but we'll get to next time. 7:44 in the morning. Good morning. Who is this? Yes. Morning. No, you should resign. Yeah. Oh, we'll get rid of white people too. Yeah, yeah. I mean, white folks get rid of people too. Mhm. Well, that's what I said. That's what I said. I, yeah. 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 That is absolutely correct. But let me ask you a question. Is he also responsible then for the actions of that chief of police? Right. I mean, so I don't have a problem. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know Sheriff Cunningham. Okay, I know the man. But 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 you don't. But unless you. Right, but you don't either though. All you know is what somebody's saying. You don't know. Hey, why do people rob people? But why do? I don't know why. And you may do. Well, but there are a lot of things I can't do. I let them on the air. Yeah. Well, you can't blame the prison. Well, the sheriff told me. Wait, the sheriff told me in the county jail they got a medical associate that comes through there, nurses that inject people. Yeah, yeah, that's true. But you know what? The best way. Wait, I hear you. But the best way not to deal with this, don't take your ass to jail. I know, but don't do things to get you there. No, I don't feel that at all. I don't feel that at all. Yeah. But again, if you don't do stupid stuff to get in there, you have to worry about it. I understand. I understand. Yeah. All right. All right. Appreciate it. Again, listen, I hate the conditions in our jails and in our prisons. I hate it. But I also hate when our young men go out here doing crazy crap. You end up in there. And then once you're in there, yeah, you don't really care about it. I told you that. When you're in prison, most people don't care. Unless they are your relative, they could care less. Because as far as they're concerned, whatever you did got you there. And I know that's not true. I know there are people in prison that don't belong there. I also know there are a hell of a lot of people not in prison that belong there. So don't go, don't rob people. Don't sell drugs. Don't keep drugs. Don't break in people's houses, break in people's cars. Don't fight people. You know, don't steal the money from people that you're working for. Please, because once you're in jail, you become invisible to the rest of society. They figure if you did something, and if you didn't do nothing this time, they'll let you do what you did last time that you didn't get caught doing. Okay? And again, I believe, this is me, I believe the only difference between those in jail and those who ain't, one got caught and the other did. I might talk about myself a couple times there too, because I could have been in jail. But I was given the grace of God, and I got my mind straight. before I went way off the deep end when I was teenage. So anyway, again, I'm sorry things happen. My Lord, but don't go. Just, just stop doing the things that we do. Anyway, who's in there? Oh, here's the right there. Good morning. Yes. So why didn't you get it? So why didn't you get it? Why did they say you didn't get it? Mhm. So it's an option that the county can give it to you or not give it to you. Is that what you're telling me? Well, this ain't got to do with Mayor Reed though. On this one, yeah, this ain't got to do with Mayor Reed. This has got something to do with the county. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Well, yeah, that I wouldn't know. Okay. Yeah. All righty then. Appreciate it. I'm talking about this homestead. I thought that was so you have to qualify for it. I don't know, but to answer that question. Let's see here now. There we go. Good morning. Yes, sir. Mm, okay. Mm, mhm, That's most of it. I've been half my life, as a matter of fact. But, but the lady just told me that she didn't get it. Mhm. Right. But that's yeah. Hey, brother, I have got to go catch up. We'll talk more. I'll find a little bit more about the exemptions. I'll call down there for but at least on the telephone, explaining to us that one person, I am. Yeah, I got another text. So, well, not really, and it's only a small percentage. So, $10. Here we go. All right, man, what you come up with? Okay, well, that's fine.
Deborah Rodriguez. We're getting a clearer picture of Israel's drone strike on Iran today. The Iranian missile launch that targeted Israel last weekend. Correspondent Deborah Patta reports from East Jerusalem.
My Navy told CBS News that this was a measured response. The same message to leadership in Iran. The early morning hit was in the city of Norway. Iran has several nuclear sites, but according to the UN Atomic Energy Body, they were not damaged.
The strike, the topic of conversation at today's G7 meeting. Italy.
The Secretary of State refused to directly address the attacks on Iran overnight, but Antony Blinken told reporters the U.S. is working on avoiding a larger conflict in the region.
We've been engaged in efforts to avoid escalation.
Those efforts will continue.
He would not confirm if the U.S. had been told of the strikes in advance, as Italy claimed. Elaine Cobb, CBS News.
Former President Trump has just arrived at his hush money trial in New York, where 12 jurors were seated yesterday. CBS's Robert Costa is in your Manhattan.
Trump will be in court again today as they try to seat the remaining alternate jurors. He'll be in North Carolina over the weekend campaign, back in New York on Monday as opening statements likely begin.
A close call at Reagan National Airport. Who flight to Boston began takeoff at the same time a set of WestJet was trying to cross that same runway. Both planes stopped just in time. Former NTSB Chairman Robert Sumwalt.
The FAA will be looking at exactly what error was committed here. If both pilots would not have stopped, this could have ended up being a very bad situation.
Tesla is recalling more than 3,000 of its 2024 high-tech Cybertrucks because one of the pedals can get stuck and send it sailing. The company says it will replace the faulty part for free. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration not aware of any related collisions, injuries, or deaths. Praise pouring in for Taylor Swift's Tortured Poets Society, her album that dropped at midnight. USA Today's Ryan West.
She's definitely proven her poetry prowess in this new album. We see her advanced writing and themes that are scattered throughout all 31 songs.
One of them is a Valentine to her boyfriend, Travis Kelce. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Hey, when you bundle, get a quote at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
Texting a multi-year reoccurring automated marketing text messages that are required to purchase.
Guys, if you're over 40 feeling like you're falling off in your house, career, maybe even in the bedroom, it could be lower testosterone, but you're not alone. In fact, superstar Hall of Famer Frank Thomas has a secret for you about how to get back your drive with Eugenics Total T.
I didn't notice that before. I didn't know that drop dramatically. You don't feel like you've always felt. You want to go home with energy. You want to go to work with energy. That's what I tell guys. It helps all facets of life. Eugenics Total T is the real deal. I've been on this straight in 15 years. And by the way, you'll like it too.
Text HAWK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Eugenics Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a bottle of Eugenics Turbo X, your newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
Meet the 96-year-old who's set to run a 10K race in Richmond, Virginia tomorrow.
She loves life, family, fitness, her faith, and the annual race. This is the 11th straight year she'll be running it. It's such fun. How does she cover 10 kilometers at her age? Last year. Okay. All right. I am supposed to show. Because you're I get you.
Not turning back now.
3 days. I fell asleep. Yeah, well, 3 days later. Nobody. There's people lose over to. That's true. You shoot on Atlanta High. Yeah, that's true. But of course, you get shootings and you have to listen.
We've always been a young nation. Always. Matter of fact, it wasn't nothing back in the 50s. It wasn't nothing for a 12-year-old to have a 22 rifle. It just wasn't a big deal. But it's the behavior with those guns today. Just you got to change. Yeah, we do.
That means, and if that's what's happening with this, all these laws have to be gone.
Rap music. If we get rid of rap music, we will be a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, we just have to put the rules and suicide.
Came home, my dog died, and we possessed my
brother wife, right? Then I'm trying to go fight in the bed with the other man. Bang, I had to go do it. But we just, I think gun control is a
feasible remedy.
Right? I think it was a step forward, but republics, democracies, freedom
you have the right to be approved. You know, as long as you can get it, you can. But there are two restrictions on possession of drugs. They're all voting right now. Well, it's tougher to vote now than it's by gun.
Well, okay, that's a lot of you Democrats tell. And nobody who wants to vote is impeded from voting. Nobody. Now, maybe by logistics, that your cars broke down and you can't get to the polls are out. Yeah, but then get away fried chicken, we'd get there. Okay, we would get there. We would get a ride from somebody.
Well, I think there are things that make voting more difficult than they need to be.
It was paid for by somebody. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't bring a voting booth to your house. Okay, it was paid for by those same people here, by the lives of other people. It shouldn't be difficult, but I mean, we shouldn't have to bring the poll to you.
I agree. Election day is election day.
That's not a bad idea either. That's and we tally the vote on voting.
We tally the vote then.
Yeah, that's
election day when you get the tally.
There's a lot of lines to go on in 30 days.
What's my thing?
And we are back. That's all right. Pull it out. Put it up here. Okay. Hope you stay fine to everybody. Well, I got special guests up here today. That's Joey. The mayor's going to be up here on Tuesday. Okay. Can you hear anything now?
I don't want to hear.
Okay, that's okay. That's all I mean.
I guess God gave me two, so
yeah, he gave you two. That's so you can pass it through the other ear. Anyway, good morning. So the mayor just got a call from the office. He'll be here Tuesday morning around 7:30, 8:30. He should be here, and we'll talk. I mean, he did say there's a lot of mayors in the room, and he's here with me. So, I understand. We'll try to put both of us can't get through the door at the same time. Anyway, but good morning to you. Everybody knows we do have a new well, we don't have a new one, but we will be getting a new one. Why don't we just leave the guy just there, we know what's going on, he knows everybody, bam, problem solved. I don't understand what Kevin said. If number two is not good enough to be number one, why are you making him number two? You got an answer to that?
It's a logical question.
Yeah.
It's logical. You know, you see that in coaching.
Yeah.
I don't know what that concept, enter. The number two, we always thought they would always get number one.
Yeah, kind of like that right between Sabrina, Martin, and Mr. Who's the guy that cheating out of we're going to do that on some other thing. You're not here for that, right?
Well, I know we're talking about it today and stuff.
Oh, no, and we just came out of it around. There was a lot of conversation about why you guys turned the NCPD, knowing that was informed the other person to Mr. And some said that some money was paid. They contributed to the cause of the NCPD, and all of a sudden, you found your soul. Now, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I would say that's a lot.
Because initially, you guys endorsed racism.
It was always racism. The sentiment of the group was always, the 14 many counties that were part of that. So I think it's that idea of I'm like, well, we got to Lemon County, and the general feeling is to the one who lived in the district. That was always something who was from the district. You're right.
Which consisted of anybody in Lemon County.
So there was never anything. There was a field of crowded as it was, you had diverse opinions all over the place. You had people who knew certain people who were born in places, people who were cousins, were like, oh, uncle, wow, guy who's been married there. They had a connection. That's who they wanted. But Montgomery's overall feeling, I think, about it, kind of refer to, he was not had a lot of good friends with accountability at that state. So what they did, they wanted some ideas, and that's how Representative Grace, connected the district. I think this house may have been like a mile outside of the actual line, but his legislative district. There was some, speculation, speculation that people, there are always conspiracies when, things are always a little too. There's the fact that Brayton didn't let outside, not outside the district in his line was there, but if somebody can fire to draw them out of the district, some of the supporters of the district, there's never people like it. It's always the they that I'm still telling you they. They say this, they say that, they say it, but no, yeah. Oh, so you have to do it when you buy the house? Mm-hmm. So if you don't do it, if you don't know anything about Homestead Act or anything like that, and you buy your house, so later on it's too late to do it? I did too. Okay, well, I didn't taxes. But you have to put in force. You don't get it automatically when you turn 65. Okay. Most people don't know. I'm not 65 yet. Yeah. I always thought that I always thought that homesteading, you're educated, educated, above 65. But I always thought that it at least gave you some sort of tax break on, if you had a homestead exemption, you put that on your tax form, and that could lower your taxes. I never knew that actually think that you exempt from ever paying taxes. I never knew the government to get out of that. Right. Okay. What's then what does the Homestead Act exempt us? I'm talking about property tax. So what does that exempt us from? Mm. So it lowers it some, not totally get rid of it. That's the way I understand it. I guess I need to get somebody from the county tax. I appreciate come back to what you were saying about endorsement. People who, this is where policy really bad. There's kind of rumor about things like that. I started the individual and at the candidate see I'm doing this. And the first thing they want to do is they want to not there is a process that they did not win. And that's a trickle down on what you really naturally about. When you don't get on what you want to do is straight out of process. You don't I feel cheated as a happy or that happens. You don't have the concept. And the process is because the ABC is concerned, you get delegates from the country that are there. Those delegates vote on who they think is the best person that you can do it. There's nothing wrong with either candidate. It was just a choice that these people had. And so when people, elected officials and other paid operatives, get out here and start making decisions, that is detrimental to the process. And it's disrespectful to the people who are actually in there voting. This is not a some sort of unilateral decision. There are votes by delegates and counties who decide that. Sometimes things are very, very narrow when this you have to say that 51 people who were in that room and voted, elections aren't perfect.
And whoever has the money knows.
An endorsement in elections are usually the way to endorse people who kind of won election with the voting public who probably want somebody to that.
Yes, you introduce yourself from the Democratic, which represents who?
That is the county is a membership organization based on people in the county. So that's part of the Alabama Democratic.
But you represent the members
of that organization.
Right. There's some misunderstanding that you represent all Democrats.
No, not at all. No, the Alabama Democratic Conference is the Black Political Caucus of the Democratic Party. Started in 1960. Montgomery said it's got county, it's got 60 counties. There's an organization every county, and I'm just the chair of my Democrat. It's an apparatus of the Democratic Party, but what it is not the Democratic Party. For instance, the Montgomery County Democratic Party, whose head is Dr. Tyna Davis, she's chairwoman of the county party, and Randy Kelly is chair of the state party. Okay, but the ABC is a caucus of people of African Americans. That's what that is.
Okay. So I would not be in error if I said that these organizations only represent the members of those organizations, and not everybody that's Black is all themselves a Democrat.
Absolutely. But to be true, nobody comes in and shit and says endorse that infringes on the people in the zone and members of organizations. But the problem is when supporters of candidates dislike endorsement, and if they want it, when they go out and manifest putting a Facebook stuff like that. One of the reasons I want to know a lot of this stuff to go with Facebook. Facebook has more misinformation than the Soviet newspaper process. Okay.
Yeah, well, I would agree. So, 1440, I guess, is Mr. Joseph Reed or Joe Reed. Joseph. Yeah. You know what we do? 1440, the number here. So now we got the primaries out of the way. And now we
do deep dive.
Doesn't matter.
Because even people are going to say, like, how you can even run the district, you don't do it. You don't trust it. Okay. And this is a relic, not with the found in the offensive, where, like, there was no group of individuals who comprise the first Congress. And we were thinking recycling. Get it what we're doing now. I don't think it's Portland a school you had to be able to put place for a certain economic status. If you want a landowner, you couldn't vote. And you were after the rest, you could vote your so that made it so that if you were in the business, in Pennsylvania, you might be a peer in Pennsylvania, you may say, want to be in fact, African president in the House. So, how you compare this after that, the president in the House, because that's what they were doing. So, I'm going to opinion that that's our state law. You ought to be a resident of the U.S. I think it's fair to the people who do because you know the candidate. to live and technically just that's it. Yeah, I wasn't going to support you unless you had a gold headband with a W, which made you Wonder Woman, or you could open your shirt and there was a yellow shield, yellow diamond shield with a red S on it. That might be the only one that would make me do that. So if you weren't here, I wasn't a good part of that. So I think people didn't know why that was. So the general feeling was, get somebody who's from the area.
So it's not illegal though to run for a district that you do not live in.
You know, Tommy Tuberville doesn't live in Alabama. He's lives in Florida. He's not a resident either. I'm not going to put on him without Robert Kennedy ran in New York. Hillary Clinton ran in New York. I mean, this is not an unusual thing. Both people on the South political aisle have done that. I'm not a fan of it. Because again, I don't think you're held accountable. I mean, it's. I'm not saying we can't have the interest of people there, but it makes it like, particularly if you live in one part of the state and your family's in one part of the state, and if you're running or not in the state and you're running, and
I guess theoretically though, if you are a citizen of the state of Alabama, you ought to have common goals, common objectives, regardless of what part of the state you live in.
That's what one of the districts being cut in certain ways is to get people.
That's what Jerry meant.
Well, it's a little bit different, but to get people with common interests, Jerry has the extreme version of that. But the
it's color irrelevant and legitimate commonality.
To some extent, it's two sides of the same thing. I think the history of this country and what's been done, particularly against.
But we can only hold on to that for so long.
Well, yeah, but when it's coming up like that,
but you bring it.
Well, no, it's happening. Okay, you have to. I'll give you an example. When Governor Bentley closed and then you start closing all the places that get the high black population,
but high black population does not necessarily mean that those people are not excluding themselves from the process.
The court always has a non-discriminatory objectives or procedures.
Okay. So we should, if I got an office in 2 years and I get 12 people coming there, but I got to pay the light bill, the bill for this building for 12 years, nobody votes. So it's logical and reasonable to close it and then let them galvanize someplace else.
No.
Economic.
I don't know where that happened, but if you got a driver's license or probate court, and I don't care, the government is supposed to serve people and help people. It's the government's job is provide something. It's the general welfare is in the Constitution. Provide for the general welfare.
And that's a definition.
I know what you're thinking.
No, that's a definition. No, I ain't talking about that. But that's a definition that because nobody's fighting for the hospitals that the Alabama Constitution said must be in the county. Nobody's fighting for that.
You talk to the legislature about bills to expand Medicare and the closing of rural hospitals.
Good morning.
I'm well, sir. How are you doing this morning? Yes, sir. Correct. Well, each county represents at least 3 delegates, because it's guaranteed at least 3 delegates at the bylaw. So each can go through, and I didn't know everybody in the room. They voted for him because they liked him more than they liked Representative Daniel. That's not a disparity of Representative Daniel. That's just who they wanted. But they voted for him. Yes, we voted. Yes, sir. They do that. Absolutely. Same things. You're not a member. You're not there. Absolutely. That's
Okay.
true.
And with that, got to take a break. We'll be back. Joe Reed was the head of the Montgomery County Democratic Conference. If you want to talk about the election, whatever, he's here to answer some of your questions. And if you want my prognostication, just ask me about that.
Well, you're not going to pronounce this some more. I don't know when it's hot, when it's not. I don't know when it's hot, when it's not. So here's the thing.
You see these lights right here? We'll get that.
Yeah.
We'll take that you.
Okay. So, you get Q, who is a paid PR person. On her thing, she's proud of me that she says election is bought. Election isn't bought. You can't buy an election. There's nothing that says elections are not going to come to us. They say you can't. They're not for sale. In this day and age, you got to use money to get your message out because of the fragmentation of those. Look how many channels there are on cable TV right now. Yeah, you have people here to get on cable no more. They're wireless. It's streaming. People see what they want to see. 50 years ago, you had 4 networks. And PBS. Okay? And so everybody's tuned in. You eventually you're done. Now the 1,000 stations, you guys spend more money than ever spent on
Because of the fragmentation of radio stations.
Radio, you got to spend money at so we talk about money. You got to have money to reach the people in this thing.
It's in one place, yeah.
In one place. You got to do that. And so the people of Congress has always been a situation where whoever can raise an amount of money, because that person will get their message to the voter who is to vote for them. That's what's going on.
Or maybe even convince a voter who hadn't thought about them
to vote for them. So people saying, "Well, it's not." Well, that's just people saying.
You just gotta have money to campaign.
You don't need to be out here campaigning if you don't have the money to get your message out. And that doesn't mean you're not a good person. You're a good person. There's lots of good people, I think, who deserve it.
Both of those individuals, the last two, quality individuals.
There's nothing wrong with them. They're just people just chose this guy over that guy. For whatever reason. And the best thing that I heard about the media, best thing in the media, which, didn't get ugly, it didn't get disparaging, it didn't get anything. It didn't get as savage as people out here in the street are doing. Which is that James is doing a good job as minority leader. Okay. And people saying, why undo that? It's all over. We're still over an influence and had a long term. When we got a new district, we got a guy who can easily slide in that spot and these guys can work together.
What do you believe in changing that district?
I think they're doing it. I think they're still doing it. And I'm telling you why I think it's good. Because this is a Trump state. And Trump is at the top of the ticket. Trump motivates people. And black people are still in their feeling about who they feel and what they're gonna do. And I don't like this person. And the Republicans are very disciplined. They
disciplined. They discipline sometimes to a fault, to a philosophy that may or may not work for them.
But they're black. They're black. So you can't.
It's a general election, the presidential election.
Sure. I mean, this ain't. They went one game. A judge told me one time when I got a couple of rulings. And I asked for one more ruling. Sustained a couple of objectives. And I asked him if he ruled against me. And the judge didn't sustain my objective. He said, they're not keeping the game. I ain't going to throw it. Okay? Now, that's going to keep you the game. They're going to throw it now. So you gotta, there's still things you have to do.
Let me ask you, when it comes to opinions in the court, you'll have an affirmation and you'll have a.
We can talk about that too. Thank you, sir.
What I'm saying, the people. This is about pretty much the judges or the person who's looking at opinion, because the argument made against the ruling is just as valid as one made for it.
A lot of times, yes. A lot of times, yes. And sometimes it's a nuance that makes it clear. That means that somebody's writing going make it clear. You can have everything. For instance, if somebody's on warrantless searches, you can have 7 things go right. You can have 6 things go right, and they get to the 7th thing, and that's real long, and you don't take the whole thing. Look at the whole thing. Look at the
We need to bring AI to court decisions.
Oh no.
Yeah, buddy.
No,
Logic and reason. We should employ logic and reason.
That's not AI. AI not going to get in trouble. Yeah, that's another big. Yeah. You want to ask about the district and where people stand. You talk about Canada. Sorry about Canada.
And we are back. I know it's 8-14-40. Joe Lee, so this is the head of the Montgomery County Democratic Conference, which I always keep on those. Even if this thing turns out to go to the Democratic bill, all we're gonna, it's kind of like, again, when they gerrymander districts like this, all that does is put an impediment. Everybody know we're not the bill. So I don't think it's going to do black folks any good to have this quote unquote black district. You still got to get out and do the work. You still got to make great arguments. And if we can't, like the city council, we got 5 to 4. It's been 5 to 4 forever. So that means only one person on the other side who has to be convinced. Not all 4, not all 5, just one. We call it a combined intelligence, a combined objective of 4 people on the other side, with the one person on the other side, with their cause is just, what their cause is right. We don't need all 5 of the other. We just need one. And so 4 against 1, and we can't ever see through.
Well, I don't think it's that close. I think there's sometimes people with council agrees on certain things, and we're unanimous on them. We agree on certain things where it may be 16, 17.
I mean, but historically, the argument is always one, 4 of us. This means 4 people in just one.
Well, and a lot of things, sometimes it causes, sometimes things just simply change. And they have certainly been for a long time, and sometimes people vote as a racial bloc, but that's been happening.
It's tradition.
And well, it's once it has been because it has been, and
tradition.
Well, I'm not sure that's
what it is. In 1965, it's been tradition of black folks vote for the most popular.
Well, it's probably 60 years. It's pretty much what I think about the right act,
which help more women in black folks.
I don't know anything about that because we black people did get.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you? Well, that's a lot. You need the ID card.
Okay, State Department.
Well, I'm trying to handle up. No, well, not. It's not real. Okay. 2 words. Hell no. What's the next question? About that, yeah. Now, what else you got? Okay, that that is the most ridiculous. I got to watch my son on the radio. But if I can say this, one thing that I never really my Facebook and everybody who's people in my family, you born here. Well, that's a different story though, isn't it? Well, I think it wasn't. It was. I agree. I agree because that's been on. That's been on the next door app, which is the most ridiculous app. I don't know. You have to ask him when he gets there on Tuesday. I don't know what he knew when he gets now. I'm asking you just ask me questions which I don't know the answer to. But I'm gonna answer the ones. I think I answered one of them for you already. I'm gonna answer the two you asked about how people get IDs. Some people don't ID for alcohol. They don't ID for cigarettes. Some people use someone else's ID to get to.
But you still got to have an ID.
Well, here's the thing, you gotta have one, but here's what you can't ID. Kevin, I can't use my brother's ID to go vote. Now I'm going to jail if that happens. So I can't do that. But yes, you need ID to do certain things. And certain people don't use ID for the everyday living. Some folks don't have a driver's license. You go around November, people are there, in the city of November for over a decade. I can tell you how people don't have a driver's license. And so that's stuff. So they don't do that. They don't know about the state ID. They can't find a birth certificate. Yeah, I mean, that's the stupidest crap. That's the stupidest crap around. That's a theory that all white skinned black people look alike, and that comes from certain folks who say that. And that's all. That's just it's something to try to get him, but Albert is no more related to. I mean, anybody who knows who's grown up in Montgomery, anybody ever seen Steve Albert at a JD game or a football game or any place these games that he's been in the people, most people know wasn't in there. That's not all we got in common. You got to say because of things that Washington, but everybody say you did, right? Yeah. Oh, that's true. Okay. I want you I get okay. All right. Let's go on to the Lord. Yeah. Have we got a lottery yet? No, we don't now. No. Mhm. No, I'm with you. What is that? Yeah, yeah. I got you. Somebody just sent me a text, and I'm gonna read this. He said, "Black folks usually have multiple IDs, which none they are theirs." You know, this is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's good. Well, we go down to the parole board. Yeah.
That was good.
Let's take a break. We'll be back later. This, I guess it's one Mr. Joe Reed here at the Montgomery County Democrat Conference. Also, Steve Attorney here in the city of Montgomery. So if you want some free advice, okay, but that's it. We all got to make a living. I ain't fixing up computers. They all get paid for what they work. We'll be back right after these. Oh, when that's down like that, you want to hear you.
The lights come on. There we go. The lights come on. Everybody's in the studio saying, like, the spiritual nature. But quite frankly, why can't you don't have lights? He's great. That's stuff all over.
Well, everybody. I mean, you'll start like going. There's two things that are absolutely going to happen in a courtroom. Somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to lose.
And the best the judge can hope for is 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all want to oh my God. Yes.
So all you know is just how you feel. Nothing for me. No,
I think especially with the court's going to do about it. Okay? So that's, they're trying to position that a party chair that elected official. The code doesn't apply. The code applies to elected officials that they vote to send the code.
So that's what I think. Elected.
you know, with Zoom and everything, and all of the technological audio and video apparatuses we got, we really don't need nothing. That's not working anything. Except Hyundai, you know, you gotta have a factory, but
I was going to say this. I mean, look, I'm telling you, I think that's where we're going. I mean, you know, I'm so old school. We got rid of landline phones almost. Yeah. Lawyers are moving to virtual office. I had a lawyer. I got off the mobile. A lawyer. Sometimes you got to have places to do. You got to do that for the. You want no, you really don't. You really don't want that. I'm gonna come in and check. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna deal with that other thing.
Okay, we are. Well, let me grab this guy on the phone right quick. 8:47 in the morning. If you want to get a start, 860-1440. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Well, there's got to be a decorum. You know, there's got to be a decorum down there. So, you know. Hey, get off the cross. We need the wood. Okay, come on. We always whining. Well, if I was black, I'd have did. Come on. You know, behavior matters. Okay. Anytime we got a group of people that say they can't identify what a woman is, then we're gonna talk about it every day. Yeah, I think people believe what they want to believe, and people believe what. If you believe that a man is a woman, yeah, I ain't talking to you. No. Well, I'm not disagreeing. I don't disagree when I say that. But people, those people are taking over. Yeah. Well, I think it. Well, I think you look at an organization since the 1960s. Now the 1960s has never had a scandal. Never had a scandal. Never had a. I'm not going to imagine scandal. Okay, I'm not talking about that. No, I'm not talking about something you think from your head that you put out there. There's nothing that's ever been. Scandalous can be blown. Scandalous can be just blown. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying it hasn't. I'm saying whatever it is, it hasn't happened. And nobody has done the work for African Americans in this state more than the ADC. ADC drew the lines in 1980, gave us our first black state senator. ADC drew the lines to increase black representation in the state house to where it is right now. These other naysayers and Monday morning coaches and armchair quarterbacks haven't got their butts off the sideline and the front line of anything. And we appreciate all the work that they do. But has it really politically, economically, culturally, are we better off now than we were? I'm going to say absolutely. There was time you're old enough to know this. If you're old enough to know it, then you still regret about your military. There were times you could not walk down the street and look certain folks in the face. Okay, that doesn't happen. But that doesn't move me. That doesn't move the group. I understand. That was just a portrait. We've been looking white folks in the face for a long time now and working with them and all that stuff. But have we moved as a people, economically, culturally, and socially up the ladder? I think the first answer is yes, but there's still a whole lot of work. Yeah. Again, our public economic from Andrew Samansky, he was just on the 22nd, I think, which is this coming Monday, there will be a meeting at 5:30 p.m. at the Hilltop Public House. Not the house right there, as a matter of fact, on there. It's on 3 North Boat, at the Gateway, yeah, Street in Montgomery. And anyway, so if you go to District 7, and you want to talk to the man in charge at the moment, which is all temporary, we got a town hall meeting. Not a very big town though, because that is that's not a very big place. But you have some town, But I don't see a number here, so you can call people or anything like that. But it's at 5:30 on Monday. Hey, another call right quick. Good money on there. He decided to come on Tuesday. No. Me and his brother had me and Joe had a meeting for me. Well, wait a minute, now, you don't belong to the organization. I still haven't seen the picture.
What was it?
Evidently, a bunch of things filled up at the I haven't seen it yet. No,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Well,
Call tell us what happened. Yeah, tell him everything.
Well, send it to my Facebook things I play.
Kevin doesn't check his emails. Open carry.
Yeah. Well, it's always been open carry, though. It's concealed carry.
Sure. Sweet. Yeah. Anytime. Look, I was telling Kevin.
But those people didn't pass those laws, though. That's your legislators who passed those laws.
Here's my thing. For all that was said down at City Hall on Tuesday, that same focus, those people should have had themselves down there at the legislature, along with Chief Cunningham and the rest of those county sheriffs who said that concealed carry stuff was a mistake, it was a bad idea. Now, none of them went down there and started walking at that legislature. They didn't do that. They were coming at home being quiet about it. And had those same folks gone down there. Well, now you're down there. Right? Now you're down. But all right, now you want to come down. I'm wrong about this. You want to come down and talk to the black man. Now you want to look at the all those folks down there. But the legislature is really they passed against the concerns and the objections of county sheriffs. We're talking about it. Mm-hmm. You're right.
It creates an atmosphere that is dangerous. Yeah, well, I'm shut up too. You pretty tough guy, but
we're all doing that.
Yeah, you be packing. Yeah, that's true. No, I appreciate it. I did one more thing. Get out of this hour. I'm my family in there. But there are some things that people say sometimes that are more important than what other people say. But some people say more important things. Some people are worth, it's like this show sometimes. I got you. Some people will spout off a bunch of crap that nobody wants to hear. Okay? And then there are those other people, I don't know if I'm included in that group or not, but there are other people who say things that are so compelling that you cannot limit them to believe it. And once the character comes out down in front of you, it's crazy. But that's okay to give you 3 minutes of fame. Everybody don't deserve 2 minutes. But even me, even sometimes me, I don't deserve 3 minutes either. Well, I'll fight for them though. Yeah. We gotta go. We'll come back and one more hour of this great show. The line is really good to straighten you up. You have to black folks are the line and yeah. We'll be back. We're technical victims. In perpetuity, we've been victims. If you're lying, there's got to be a reason for it. Yeah, that's good. We'll be back. We got to line about everything. I didn't give him 3 minutes. My car, I just do something about it. Then vote for the guy who you want to be in there. It's just, well, why?
But Kevin, we have. I'm not telling you there's not some things. It's like a person who's been beaten often and consistently. And so even when somebody raises their hand and stretch their arms, you recoil. Okay? People pass you.
I ain't got that problem.
No, well, you're an individual, that's okay. I'm just saying that's our experience here has been that way. That people in one of the court cases, a white judge, because of course there weren't no black judges at this point on the bench. This was the judge of the white said that I'll paraphrase now, he said every level of human ingenuity, every method that human ingenuity can conceive to use can be broken over.
Right, should that again?
He said,
who said this?
This was a judge, put it in an opinion, a voting rights opinion, about saying that, every method that human ingenuity can conceive has been used against the Negro with it. Okay? So you have the 15th Amendment, you gave that good right in the right place. But when you had people being passed out of Congress, then you had all these laws by bigots and old Confederates who couldn't and enforce that. Because they were the judges, they were the sheriffs, they had the gun, they had the power of law. And you're seeing that that is a felony. So to get people together, they use the power of jail to intimidate and threaten. Anybody saying that, to try to go sign up without a buy a gun without an ID, you ain't threatening your prison sentence for trying to do that shit. That's not happening. So you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
But you have not only a constitutional right, you have a human right to protect yourself.
I don't disagree with that, but the method in which you do it, you ain't got no right to do that. Now, that being said, but look at the language of the 15th Amendment. It says the right to vote shall not be abridged. Yeah, that's mandatory language. But that didn't stop votes of bigots and Confederates trying to do it.
Is the right to vote an unalienable right?
I think it is.
It is.
It's the right guaranteed on the Constitution.
Okay, by the Constitution. But it is not an unalienable
right. No, it's not what I call it. A right to vote is not what I call a natural right. I don't think it's natural law. No, that's democracy. Right, that's totally the concept. So I agree with that. But the Second Amendment isn't either. Right to bear arms.
That's true. It's not an inalienable right. But you do have an unalienable right to protect the life, to protect
right. But you ain't got no right to have no AR-15.
But then again, if somebody shoots you in the head once and you just dead, this is shoot you 28 times.
I was disagreeing with saying that you don't have the right to. You have a right to an AR-15. You have a right to an MP5. You have a right to an AR. You have a right to that. Or more will happen. You know, like another shit. What's next? You know, what's it like? When Kevin pisses me off, I'm gonna run into Kevin's house and drop some waters. You've been in the service. Drop some more around your backyard. Is that what's next in Ragged Airlines? Is that how far we're gonna go? We're gonna like Somalia next. We're gonna put the back out of damn technicals. We're gonna technicals. We're gonna put the 50 cows, run them to the back, they're gonna ride around like that, man. Just like Somalia. There is a stability that happens.
Yeah, Somalia's crazy. I'm black folks. Where's there a black country that's doing well? But Nigeria. No. Any place else? It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be nervous.
And they got the other day from Uganda, who's in our Air Force. It's just bad we got to do another country.
Well, when I say, I think it depends on what forces and what pressures that you got that come down on governments, that come down ultimately on people. Human nature is to dominate. One person, people like kings and people like that kind of stuff. So you'll always have one people who try to do that sort of thing because that's what happens. But I don't think it's because it's not about
it's a philosophy, though, and I think those are tethered to this philosophy that I'm a perpetual victim in perpetuity. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, I just don't think we are.
Stop victimizing me. Stop. Always talk about bullshit. Agenda is
but I just think on any law, I agree with the absentee ballot. First of all, we ought to just do away with absentee ballot unless you got an ID with something stuck on it that says you're capable of getting to the poll.
I didn't think I asked you about before, but I think that's there. This is the reason why you're asking. I don't think you were sick as one of them. I think if you are in the old folks and you're bedridden, you're 88 years old, you can't move. When Mary Smith comes around elections, and she talks about that, she puts my son with my arthritis.
Right, but is Mary Smith actually providing us the vote that Mrs. Johnson wants? We don't know that.
Okay, here's the question. The raising of the question doesn't prove or establish that he is not.
But it also doesn't establish that she is.
What you can't do, you can't stop anybody who has voted who goes in there with you. They have your vote.
That's a woman 89 years old wants to vote absolutely. Maybe he's going to present the vote. 22 years old, walk around, and you are 60 years old,
well, again, I think the answer to that is let's go to 30 days. You can cast your vote.
That's the most right. That's what we. I think that is the solution to all of this. So you don't need voting. You go. But I don't think is that way to take it. But electronically, then you can do it electronically.
Go to the courthouse with your ID card, with a mark you on right there, cast your ballot, you say, oh, how could you do that? What's the problem with that?
But why is black people the only people lying about it?
Because it's quite open to do it.
I don't think there's a group of people right now. I just there are more important things to do. First of all, we don't vote that much anyway. So why in the world should there be a conspiracy to vote? We ain't voting anyway.
Actually, now I think our voting is right the same place. You're not a hero. We just don't have a new deal. You have 18% of the population. But the way we vote in America is tough.
And we are, you know, sometimes it's great to read the great people. Now, and for those folks who think that yeah, but we can worry about Larry Bird. I think all black, all white, all different. You know, little things that can be there, leave. There when I was at home, before, he was living in the school. So, every day. Well, the video has been it's not a black cat. It's black people don't know the band. No, it's not. Well, we don't know it. Yeah, so well, it's a black cat. I'm just saying. A lot of times now, really want to and you and it's not the security blanket thing. If things don't go right, it's always no, that's not from the past that you gotta deal with. That's what you do with the mindset here. When you when you have to pass laws of pass holidays for Confederates in order to make it palatable for other holidays to be passed. To honor Dr. King, you got to pass. Yeah, I was going there. Yeah, I remember that happened here. Yeah. In order to make it palatable for some Southern moss back. But people have a right to their own hero. I got no problem with it. That's true. But some people are not heroes, and traitors are never been heroes. Well, traitors only because the other guy won. Well, maybe so. Well, maybe, but Washington was a traitor. I said, it says Ranger. Good. All right. Yeah. Ranger. Now, look, I don't care who you are, whether you're black, you're white, you're red, you're green, whatever. United States, United States. American, right now. They have all this country. It's treasonous. Well, then George Washington was a traitor. Thomas Jefferson. It was a traitor to the throne. It was a traitor. Oh, it's a oh, okay. So traitor means whoever lost was the traitor. And whoever okay. Good morning. Who's this? Well, you don't get it. You've been talking to him before. No, you don't. But I'm no, you don't. You don't. But you're entertaining. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. He's still a traitor. SOB. I don't care. He's took advantage of his own country. Sure, if they took advantage of the United States, they're SOBs too. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Yeah, that's going down to Mobile. Okay, that's stupid. It's a bad idea. Yeah, we're clear. You got to move that through the legislation. They got to put the vote of the people. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. But now, I'll say, what we used to teach you in school. So appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Sure. Yes, ma'am. I think we got not to try to fall in love, man. You raise a great question, and I'll tell you how. Fall in line. Think about falling in love. Fall in line. Look, elected officials, I don't care who they are. Okay, I don't care who they are. I'm going to include my brother. Okay, don't fall in love. Fall in line with the philosophy. Fall in line with the greater good. Fall in line with what you think the objective is going to be. That's going to the way you want to see things done. I don't care. And let me be real clear about this. And I have a great amount of respect for Representative Davis. You need to be real clear about that. I'm just in a room where an organization votes and they decide to choose Mr. Biggs. But that doesn't mean Mr. Dan's not a good guy. If he's been the nominee, I will get in line right behind him because I'm a Democrat. I'm gonna get behind him to push him. And so what has to happen is don't get your feelings about an election. This is not your mama, your daddy, your child. This is not that. This is politics. This is not someone being disowned. This is not a life or death situation that affects you personally. This is politics. And quite frankly, I think both of them, as far as the party is concerned, are going to toe the party line. So you got two choices here.
Democracy is going to be on the ballot in November. You either want a repeat of that nonsense on January the 6th, you either want to elect somebody who is going to marshal the Congress to exact his personal revenge, or you don't.
Like the Democrats are doing now.
Oh, here we go.
Like they're doing now.
I'm gonna finish, Kevin, then you and I are gonna get at it again.
Okay.
But to your point, ma'am, fall in line.
This is what I said. Yeah. Well, the mayor will be here on Tuesday. We can put that question to him. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Again, we'll ask them. Hey, before I take a break, here's this thing they've been talking about right here. Let me put this on the air for you.
Can you see it or
Yeah.
But you can't hear it. Maybe you can't listen to it, Kevin. It ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, you can.
So tell folks where to go get it so they can see
It's
it.
going to YouTube. Let me hear this. I'll tell you.
I'm a small searcher, Kevin. I know you still use a rotary phone.
Look around here. Look at this. Another night in Mobile. That's a gas station I won't be going to. Look at this. Most of them will either be hurt, in jail, or dead.
Okay, so we got a bunch of folks at a bunch of young men at a young black men at a gas station holding assault rifles, AR-15 assault rifles, jumping. I'm assuming there's music without knowing.
Yeah.
But let's say they're jumping up and down around gas pumps. Now, I agree with the sheriff in that situation. There's nothing illegal about that conduct. All right, there's nothing illegal about it. I don't think it's advisable. I don't think it's proper. I don't think you ought to do it. But there's nothing illegal about it. Now, that being said, this is what happens. Okay, you reap what you sow, and when you have unfettered access to firearms, you're going to get things like this.
Do I have a right to feel endangered if I pull up to the gas station and people are dancing with assault rifles? Do I have a right to think my life is in danger?
You could. You could. Now you could, but I've been saying that since they start bringing this stuff around, that the more guns you have out there, this concealed carry is going to lead to people getting shot. We're going back to the 1880s in Tombstone, Arizona, where you had the gunfight in the OK Corral, and people are going to be shooting in the streets because what's going to happen is that one person's going to have a carry. They're going to see the gun. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have my gun concealed. I'm going to feel threatened by the way you look at me, Kevin. I see that gun on your hip. So when you and I lock eyes, who's in fear now? Then the next question is, who's going to be able to get to their gun first? Yours on your hip or me concealed? Then you shoot me. I'm dead. But you're going to get charged now. But your defense is going to be, well, I was afraid for my life because Reed was, he looked at me and I didn't know and I was scared and he might have a gun on him. So here we are. Yeah. This is what we're going towards. This is ridiculous.
Good money on there. I'm calling on the governor to somebody needs to, and it's legislate to repeal that crap.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I got you, brother. I got you, Ed. But you say you really you say the same thing all the time. I'm just saying, get another verse. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Get another verse. That's all. We
The more pollution. I know you're a big Second Amendment guy, and I respect the Second
I
Amendment
ain't
as
that
well.
much Second Amendment.
But
Not
this
this.
is what you're gonna. This is what you're getting now, and you're gonna get young people who have access to these guns. That was an accident waiting to happen. Because you're right,
It's waiting to happen.
you get out there, you see these guys jumping around with an AK-47. You happen to have yours. You're right. What if you do feel that way? And the law says you can stand your ground.
That's
So we got
right.
stand your ground, statute. So we got that. This is putting citizens in armed conflict with each other.
I think it's reasonable to think that you're in a hostile situation. You pull up to the gas station, and that's going on.
I'm in the military. I'm a veteran of Iraq. I'm a veteran of Persian Gulf. I'm a veteran of Afghanistan. I come in and see that. Now, what happens then? You see what I'm saying?
I get some PSTD.
Right.
PTSD.
I'm just saying that's not a good mix.
Get money on air.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Now, that's an interesting question. There's a personal question. Did I think it? I don't know. That's the only
Well, but the
argument I
point
have
is
now.
that people who are intent on doing bad things will find a way to get it done. I will agree with that. But the problem is for the women, for the person who never carried a gun, never thought about it. Now it is being put in front of him and advertised. It's like guns are great, guns are glorious. Now he's going to go out and get his gun because, well, hell, everybody's got one.
I was on the guy one time that he did the same thing. And just a client of mine did this. Hold on, tell me after this question. Statement. There's a client that I represented through this stop, and they had a to pick up a small picture that they had in the back of the car. But I asked him after he was in court, and I said, "Why do you want to do it?" And he said, "You turn to read it. Everybody else has one." I said, it was a simple response. Everybody else has one. And I just, need to protect myself. Not that he was going to do anything with it, not that something had been done. He had been a victim. He was worried about being a victim and some future unknown circumstances he can articulate. And so to Kevin's point, I think, this is what people are doing. So everyone else has got them, I better go get mine. You've got this crazy feeling on it. Now, I agree with you. Most people who are not hiding, they'll lock them, keep them responsible, and keep them locked up and all that. But there are those folks who aren't responsible, who are still law abiding, who live their way. That's how children are getting into these things. And it's shooting their brother or their sister, because those are themselves. And those are the tragic circumstances of that. And my principle is this. We can look at the ease of getting these things, like anything else, the ease of alcohol, the ease of cigarettes, the ease of any of these things makes it more likely that accidents are going to occur. That's all I'm saying. And you get stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Yeah, you can just carry it. I like you. I like what you're saying. I'm a data guy. I like what you're saying, and you have a very valid point.
Well, to a certain extent, first of all, do you think it is more probable that the increase in gun crime will go up with the ease of getting more weapons? Well, if we already got, wait a minute, if we already got our own equipment, why are we importing more?
I don't understand. Look at that.
Well, I mean, if having more guns in our community is bad for, which it is, having illegal people violating our country, just the same.
I don't disagree. Look, I got a handgun in my house. My dad had them. We with them in the closet, still in the closet in my parents' house. I get that, I'm, but it's not the folks who are going to take care of that I worry about. It's the folks that are not. It's making it easy for the other people.
Right, 9:23 in the morning. Right there.
He's right. Concealed carry versus open carry. What is the open carry?
That scared the hell out of me too. 'Cause I don't know what kind of middle state you in.
I agree. It's scary shit. So it makes people jumpy. That shit makes people silent. That makes people jumpy. I mean, that shit out there, that is ridiculous. It is. Do stuff for attention because we're in the face to face, but that could go left so quick.
Oh, quickly. Accidentally, a round goes off.
Right.
Somebody gets
shot. I pulled on. It's just that's behavior, and that's not about what legal or illegal. That's you just don't put yourself in volunteer. Take away anybody to do that. We're gonna go back to what I said before. The gun has been assaulted more than the Second Amendment, and the First Amendment. They both are. You can't be. Look, I'm a Bill of Rights guy. I'm okay with the Second Amendment. I'm okay with the First Amendment. I like the Fourth and Sixth Amendment too. I like the Eighth Amendment. I like that's the Bill of Rights. I like all of those things. You just can't lean to the heavily on one, you know, and not the other.
It's not about it's not about whether or not you can defeat it. It's about why. If you're hearing enough for self-protection, chances are you don't want everybody to their limit. So if you're this is what you got here, right? And so then things can go left, like I said, real quickly. Again, we're gonna have people marching and shooting for. Have an AK-47. We didn't know what the hell you wanted.
Well, that's exactly right. That's what loses. People are boxing, they see it that way. They see it that way. But it's what stands for the rest of the way. That thing can go so many years. And we thought it was just as cool as anybody else. Let's have but you I told my friends, I told them, I said, what's the one thing? Come home with your family now. That's your job. Okay? Well, gee, but what are you going to do you got the Fourth Amendment that you're going to be putting pressure on because you stand the Second Amendment so much, you know. So now, officers' thoughts about stops and searches and things and the scope of the search, that now is going to go to weapons and the proliferation of that, which is going to took away your Fourth Amendment protections and expanded the Second Amendment. Because and police protections. So there's this type of work you got going on. But again, legislators who want to pander to a particular wing of group instead of what's in the best interest of society. Because sometimes the best interest is to be quiet about stuff.
Quit. Well, maybe a message.
You need to go to another Robert Lucian. I don't dig traders.
Well, again, I think they were fighting for what they believe.
I don't disagree. So was the guys who went to the films who goddamn films in the war places. They be there too. So that don't fly with me.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I'm with you.
You're an American.
Yeah.
You're admitted to the union. We don't succeed. You can't undo being an American. You can't do that. You have to take up arms against your own country. There's no right to secede.
That's what we call the United States. I don't have a right to ununite.
No.
Right?
Once you admit it to the union.
So it's called the United States.
We had a war about that.
Right. And we still call the United States, which means that we are held together by a philosophical principle. But what if I do? What if I don't want
the union don't let you succeed? When you join the union, you join on a certain condition, and you can't undo that. You should never join the union. You should never join the union. When you were admitted to the union, ain't no secession. We fought a war about that. You can put in there what you want to, but the U.S. Constitution is supreme to that. But you don't have no right to secede.
I'm gonna have to. If you have a right to join, you have a right to unjoin.
You can leave the country, but you're part of the union. You in. It's the mafia. You can check this. The United States is a mafia. You can check out. You can't check out. You on one way out of here.
And we are back. All right, hey, listen. I put that thing on my Facebook page so you guys can check it out. Now, we've been hearing about this little danceroo with a bunch of guns at the gas station down in Mobile.
That's not good.
Now it's on the Facebook page. You can see it if they don't take it down.
Yeah, that's not that is.
They're gonna be there long.
Yeah, they're gonna take it down, but that's not a good look. There's nothing illegal about it, but it's alarming and it is unnecessary. And again, it's young people and the glorification of weapons, and that's just a bad combination because anybody could pull up at that gas station. Any law enforcement officer, any private citizen,
and get scared,
and get scared, feel their fear, and shoot those guys.
Yeah. Good morning.
I'm sure it has, caller.
But I believe all those people that spoke had a right to feel. Okay, who's responsible for the environment? Who's responsible for the environment of law enforcement in this city? Yes, it does. Maybe so, but they live in the city of Montgomery, though. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So why do we have? Wait a minute. Why do we have policemen, firemen, mayors, city councilmen if we cannot hold them responsible in some aspect for the environment by which the city is in?
Kevin, I almost said part of the answer to that. I agree with that.
Why do we run for office if we can't do anything?
This is not pre-crime. It's not Minority Report.
Okay.
If you haven't seen the movie.
Yeah. Okay. So we as citizens, wait a minute, boy, let me. So we as citizens then should take law into our own hands.
No.
Wait a minute. If we can't hold a police department responsible, or the fire department, or the police department, then we need to take law in our own hands.
Does the fire department prevent fires or do they respond?
Such as police do the same thing.
Then fine. There's a response time.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, now when we were trying to get an occupational tax in this city, the legislature shot down.
Right.
Okay. In order to hire more and better police officers, they killed it. So people need to stop all this griping about, blaming the city for certain things when you're in the way. Much like the public education, you want to defund public education, but you want to complain that it doesn't do what it needs to do.
So we need a vigilante group then.
No, I'm not saying no. You've got to stand your ground, which protects you already. You've got to stand your ground so you can protect yourself. What I'm saying is that the police respond to crime. They don't prevent.
But if we had enough policemen, we could deter some.
You can get there quicker. You get there quicker, but I can't say you're going to deter it.
Okay, but boy, why can't we hold the mayor and the police chief and the city council and the county? Why can't we hold them responsible for the environment that this city is in right now? Governor don't live in Montgomery.
Governor of the state, though.
But I live in Montgomery. I don't know what they got going on up there down the street. But Montgomery, our CEO of Montgomery is Stephen Reed, Todd Strange, Bobby Bright, and the rest of them folks who held that mayor's chair. They have some responsibility.
They've all been the same. They're all in the same position. They've all been the same position, which they don't. No mayor prevents crime. No mayor is responsible for crime, whether it goes up or whether it goes down. No mayor is responsible for that. People are responsible for policing their own children. Hold on.
Right, we don't need a mayor there.
No, that's not, because you got to administrate the city and some city services, make sure some things are done.
Isn't that a city service?
Preventing crime?
No. Again,
preventing crime?
We can come with all kind of excuses, but when we hire you for a job, we don't want to hear excuses.
To administer the services of the city.
And service of the city is to create an atmosphere that seems to be safe for our men, women, and children.
That's a matter of opinion, and depending on what day it is, you may feel that way or you may not feel that way.
All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. De-escalate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. And I think I used the wrong word. They're not right. They're not responsible. We should hold them accountable for it. Right. All right. Appreciate it. Yeah. And again, somebody correct me. And I keep saying responsible, but who is it? They are accountable to us for the environment by which we live in, where people have the unmitigated gall to walk around in gas stations like this They're not scared of anybody. Okay, so who's accountable for these actions?
It's lawful. That's lawful conduct, Kevin. That's lawful conduct. There's nothing. You have the right in this country to possess a firearm. You have the right to possess one openly. You have a right to stand still and jump around with a gun. Okay. Nothing illegal about
What about
that.
community standards? I believe somewhere constitutionally it said, as some Supreme Court has ruled, we have a right to have community standards.
That was for pornography, not guns.
Well, I'd rather they were looking at pornography than walking around with guns.
Well, I'm gonna say perhaps, but that's the. I'm just saying that's legal conduct. There's nothing. Well, you don't like it.
I don't like it, but
I'm gonna say you don't agree with it. But there is nothing that there's nothing.
But
under
you
the
looking
law.
at pornography don't endanger me.
Well, jumping around with a gun and doing nothing else.
It endangers us.
Well,
it endangers us. It
Again,
creates
I
a
don't think
hostile. It creates a dangerous environment.
it's a risky environment.
Which means another word for danger.
Some risk.
Another word for danger.
But it's not illegal.
Okay. Good morning on air. Yes. Go ahead. But I don't know if that's problem. Okay, the question is probable cause, and since it is legal to walk around with a gun, they have said that's not probable cause just because they have a gun. Well, that's an actionable offense, though. That's you can prove I was speeding. Yeah. Well, see, here's what we need to do. We wait a minute. We need to get on the local delegation, which is the governor signed it, but she didn't. The governor signed it, but she didn't put it forth. I don't care about a Republican. Anybody that agrees with this is a fool. We're okay. Well, okay. Again, well, I don't know why Democrats complain because hell, they believe in abortion. That's killing your kids anyway.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we can kill our kids, but we don't want to. All right, appreciate it. You're whining again. Good morning. Who's this? 9:40 in the morning. Yes. Yeah, come on, brother. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yes.
Oh, believe me, they got guns over there. Believe me, they got some. No, you won't see that. Right. Right. You won't see that. Yeah, you ain't gonna see that. Yeah. Because there's a greater expectation, unfortunately, in that part of individual behavior than we have in some of our communities. So it's legal. It's legal. It's constitutional. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Appreciate it. And again, our local delegation, which consists of Mr. Lawrence from Hayneville Road down there, Chris Seals, which they only got like one street in Montgomery. Then we got Penny McClammy, we have Kenyatta Harris, we have Hatcher, we have Barfoot, we got Reed Ingram. Those people need to come up with some local legislation for no other place but the city of Montgomery, and we need to have a license to carry concealed in Montgomery. Now the rest of the state said don't need it, don't worry about it. But
Can't do that, Kevin.
how come you can't? We got a right for community standard.
Yeah, but it's not going to work that way. I mean, what the
Well,
state
we ought to
law-
try it anyway.
Well, a local, you're going to have a state law, and you're not going to be able to apply one standard for every other county outside of Montgomery. They're not going to do that. I mean, you got to. I hear what you're saying.
Well, then take us to court.
I don't think you're well. I'm going to
Take us
a
to
lot.
court.
I hear what you're saying. I don't think you're wrong about that.
Yeah.
I think it's bad conduct. I think it's risky conduct, and it's something you ought not do. Based on how I guess you're raised, but again, it's not illegal. And I tell you a lot of times, a lot of things that happen in this world that are wrong or that you don't like, but they're not illegal, and it's risky. You know, I mean, shoot, car surfing is risky, but we don't have a car surfing statute. You know, a car surfing is where you drive like 5 miles an hour, you climb out of your driver's window, stand on the hood of your car, then climb back in. You got to see the YouTube videos. It's totally ridiculous and stupid. But
Car surfing. I know we keep coming up with all kind of new things.
Look, in this day and age of social media, one of the problems is that everyone's trying to get likes. Everyone's trying to be an influencer. I want to go to work and educate you. Everybody wants to be young people, and I'm old now, so I'm sound like my father. But everybody wants to be, you know, an influencer or do something else, and you want these likes and all these other things. And so people are doing crazy and risky things to get attention on the followers and likes and stuff.
All right, then.
That's the old man talking.
Well, let's take our, let's take our last week and hour here. 9:40 in the morning, right on News Radio 1440. 860-1440 is the number. So what's legal may be wrong, and what is wrong may be legal. He said something in this campaign. He said, "What things our laws will reflect our moral understanding and desire." Right now, we're a long way from that. Everybody. I was right about that. That was legal is wrong. That was wrong is legal.
Yeah,
I just, you know, what person you are, but insinuate of life. So it's not actually legal to call somebody name. Not legal. It's anyway. You know, you got to know people. That's a woman baby. No, it's somebody. We ain't talking about her body. He's fearing another body in childhood. No, that's not. She won those bodies. There we go. But once the creation is created, what that? One is created.
Yeah. What should I say? You know something? I'm not going to drink like a motherfucker. I'm going to drink rain or whatever and try to do like a run this motherfucker out of it.
There's certain states around here. If you hurt a woman or destroy her baby, you get to go to jail.
I don't disagree because that's not a whole life. You're going to come to another thing. Now, what you gonna do when here's a young girl where y'all gonna next step to make that happen there? You ain't having it? Somebody having that?
If a mother's life is in danger, I think that's we don't like no. Not like you can make it get pregnant.
No person right, I'm just saying that when they start cutting you off, you live in Holland.
I believe it's just the time for the honeymoon. He didn't know.
Listen, I don't have any. I don't get in that pronoun shit. You know, because I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't understand that, and I'm not gonna fight for it. Either a male or a woman. Now, if you would have a sex change, and you get a sex change, and the law recognizes sex change, and the alter
you never change the sex.
Hold on.
You can't change.
Let me say this. I think you can. I think you can alter that. Okay.
Biologically, you cannot change.
We're retired, and this is United. We started to volunteer with United Way, our community free health plan. United Way is how we contribute because we know our time and money are going to the right place. Judging by the thank you we get at the beginning, that's like we're doing the right thing with our retirement. We're Tom and Cindy Thorpe. We volunteer at our community free health clinic. We don't just wear the shirt. We live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live United, go to the United Health.
There's a phone right here.
Yeah, my phone. Okay, we are back. Good morning. Hope this day finds you well. It's 9:49. Before we go in, at the Nuremberg trials, there's only one thing I remember distinctly that was asked. And was it Justice Jackson, who later became on the United States Supreme Court, asked one question: is there a higher law? What say you?
Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, render unto the Lord the Lord's.
Does that mean you believe there's a higher law?
Yeah, just because I believe in God. So,
and
I mean, well, I mean, the woman's right to choose.
Good morning. Go there.
Yeah. I can judge not, thou shalt not be judged.
You're taking that out of context.
Yeah.
Good morning. Yeah. Mm. What about the other part of unreasonable? What about, is it reasonable to think that there's a possibility of a man walking down the street with 20 guns? Isn't it a possibility that he's up to no good or he's going to cause harm? So somebody got to die first. Mm-hmm. I read basic reason and logic would dictate to my brain that the guy's walking down the street and he's got his gun, there's a big probability that he is going to do something wrong. Okay. Probably so. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I know. I know. Your wife is walking down the street with your child. You love dearly. And there's somebody coming toward them with a knife sticking out. What's your response? If they are within hand, what's your response? I didn't say it was a crime. I said, what's your response? Okay. Okay. Do you agree with that? The philosophy, well, I got 20 guns here. But, I think I'm not going to do anything. You agree with a philosophy from a human standpoint that it's okay to walk around with 20 knives or 20 guns. Not it. Okay. Now, can I ask you a political question? Can I ask you a political question? Are you a Democrat? Democrat, but I'm thinking about it. All right. Well, he is right. Legally, he is right. He's right. I got but being right. He's right. I'm not saying it's impossible, but he's right. It makes it legally right, but not morally right. Nothing moral about it. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think that's what we're reading. Yeah, I said women's right to choose. She can do whatever she wants to do with her body. Yeah, no, not. I mean, women's got a right to choose what she it's her body. I'm going to answer your question. I'm answering your question. I don't believe life is a conception. I don't believe that. I believe the woman has the right to control her body. And what goes on in her body. It's my business. Or any man's business. Men, how many stores you're going to get downstairs and they're just going to leave that. I ain't going down that road. Mark, you don't go down that road. Ain't no buts. There ain't no buts. There ain't no buts. When the baby comes out, you don't have any control what's going on. You can't control her mind, Kevin. You can't control. You can't control her mind. It's her body. No matter how God says it, it's the body that's inside. It's what I feel goes on with that. You can't punish her. You got exactly what it is. You can't say like you can. Right, exactly. Now you lay down there. Oh, so he's got to take responsibility for what he did. I'm not going to. But she doesn't have responsibility. Oh, the world body. That's her people. And that was her risk also. When they got getting pregnant, that's what she did. God knows they did. God, she's the best one for her child. Exactly. I'm not being a hypocrite by saying she has the right to control her body. If you want to be a gigolo, go to Las Vegas. It's legal. Social prostitution. What's her?
You too. I don't disagree. I think you said it. It is. What about the? What about that?
Right. When Chevy comes, yeah.
What now? Yeah.
That's right.
What's your point?
So you with me?
Not a conception.
Oh, not a conception. Life is a process.
Not a conception.
Life is a process.
And until you,
It starts
and
at conception.
and until
Okay. You just
have a big mouth.
Good morning up there. With a mouth.
You have a big mouth.
Quickly. All right.
It's a woman's call that women decide, and men need to stay out of that.
Women do have
law in Arizona right now, or civil law, women can vote, we get black folks talking about staying pregnant, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
We'll call back and do whatever I am.
It's
I'm
okay.
saying all this is over about it, not the men though. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll get it out of you. That's what y'all have you over here. We was all here. What's that? That's what I'm gonna have you over here.
But you told me what I'm doing wrong.
What?
It ain't her body. We agree about it.
Yeah, but you ain't got no start of what's inside her.
So why does the man have to pay child support for a child he said he didn't want?
I got some feelings and here's the problem. Yeah, I think the problem is the transaction business. What you can have one without that is what to men have control of.